information all correct. And if you see a mistake, just get it started so she can get on the next edition.
Praise the Lord, everyone.
Good Lord.
I'd like to read Mathew 8:26, and it says, "And he said unto them, Why are you fearful, O ye of little faith? Then he arose and rebuked the wind and the sea, and there was a great calm. He rebuked the disciples for their lack of faith. He rebuked the wind and the sea. Although it is true that these men exhibit very little faith at this time, there came a day when the storm of persecution broke over the part of their little lives, and I can't find a record of any one of them crying out, Carest thou not that we perish? Rather, we read in Acts 4:29 that they said, And now, Lord, behold their threatenings, and grant unto thy servants that will, with all boldness, they may speak thy word. That was an important thing to them. Oh, how we need that kind of courage and conviction in this day in which we live. In verse 27, but the men marveled, saying, What manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? How easy this was done with a word spoken. How effectually it was done. There was a great calm. When Christ spake the word, not only the storm ceases, but all the effects of it. There arose a very great storm. This storm was for his disciples' sake. Christ will show that they who are passing with him over the ocean of this world to the other side must expect storms by the way. Great storms of doubt and fear in the soul sometimes end in a wonderful calm. Was asleep in the storm. We never read of Christ sleeping, but at this time. Christ had no guilt, no fear within to disturb his repose. Those that can lay their head upon the pillow of a clear conscience may sleep quietly and sweetly in a storm. Christ will save none but those that are willing to take him for their Lord. In every person's life is marked by a storm of one kind or another. The reality for each of us is that we are in a storm, or have just emerged from a storm, or are about to enter a storm. No geographic area of this earth is immune from natural atmospheric storms, and no person or relationship is immune from interstorms. Since we cannot avoid storms, we must learn to deal with them. The first thing that we are wise to recognize when a storm strikes is that Jesus is present with us in the storm, just as he was present for his disciples in this story. Jesus is with us at all times, in all circumstances. There is never a single moment of your life in which Jesus is not there for you and with you. Jesus is present. When you are all aware that Jesus is with you in your storm, you can't help being comforted by his presence. We cannot feel more courageous when we are aware that Jesus is by our side. Have you ever thought about the fact that the Lord can cause any storm in your life to blow you to the place where he intended for you to abide? God is in control of the lives and will bring us through the storm. What we do need to know is that Jesus is with us in the storm, regardless of the nature or origin, and that God has a divine plan and purpose in place for our lives. This is critical, important to the way you face needs and storms. The Lord knows precisely how he is going to meet your needs or calm your storm. God knows all of the method he is going to use and for which purpose he will use them. God knows exactly when he is going to exact his purpose to meet your need or calm your storm. In learning to deal with life's storms, we must turn to Jesus and discover the provision that he makes for us when storms strike us. A storm hit the whole of one life. The truth of the Lord, ever-present, omnipotent present, come to us each time we become aware that he is with us in a storm. God moved in mysterious ways his wonders to perform. God planted his footstep in the sea and ride upon the storm.